Hello, greetings to one and all. This is Jack Lukman welcoming you to our series, Jack's Curated Business Ideas. Today's topic is another chance. Just a short announcement. The full video could be found on our YouTube channel, which is Curated Business Ideas. It shall also be time-stamped just for ease of reference. The book could be purchased on Amazon, amazon.co.uk, etc. And it shall be available hopefully from June 2024. You could also find the content on our blog, which is curatedbusinessideas.com, and this shall also be from June 2024 by God's grace. Now, another chance. What's the inspiration for this project? An acquaintance was introduced to me by a friend. He apparently got into trouble at a young age. He therefore spent a long while in incarceration. Upon his exit or discharge, rather than becoming a troublemaker and a nuisance, he decided to spend time being constructive, making notes of slacks in the system, and working at making amends and adding value to one and all, to himself and to society. Now, what's the idea? Upon having different sessions with him, the idea crossed my mind to create content that could benefit those in similar situations. It could add value to them by teaching them in cost-effective and easy to understand ways. They could also be realigned with society. They could add value to themselves as well as to society. They could become role models. They could erase their past and rewrite their future. They could do their learning at their own pace and in language or languages of choice. Now, what are the benefits? Now, let's talk about the entrepreneur, which is yourself. You should be able to monetize. You could make impact. You could create wealth for yourself and maybe others. And you could create jobs. Now, some of the benefits to society include reduced crime, added societal value, easier reintegration, reduced cost of governance, etc. Some of the benefits to the users, who I may call the clients, include affordable and flexible training and development, job opportunities, entrepreneurial opportunities, added value, a chance to rebuild their lives, improved mindset, asset to society, etc. And finally, some of the benefits to government. These include opportunities for increased tax, easier society to manage or to govern, added value to society, reduced crime rates, especially reoffending, etc. Now, if you're going to have a business or a business website or maybe a social media platform, you need to think about the name of the business and the name of the URL or the name of your social media platform, etc. Now you need to have some of these things, take some of these things into consideration. It's good practice for your business name to be short and sharp. That's to have a concise name. It should be easy to remember. It should be relevant. Excuse me. This could be a word or a short phrase, and it should be relevant to your value offer. For the purpose of this project or business, some considerations are: for the business, you may consider calling it second chance or maybe another chance. And then if you're going to have a website or URL, for example, some suggestions are secondchance.com, anotherchance.com, anotherchance.net, anotherchance.co.uk, etc. I hope you get an idea of where I'm going. Now let's talk a bit about business registration. This could be as a sole proprietor, it could be as a limited liability company, it could be as a joint venture, etc. Please research your options online and choose one that suits your purpose. Good practice is to start small and then to grow big. And by the way, each of the business options or business business names or the business model, they have their pros and cons. So you need to make a decision, a judgment call on which one suits you and whether you want to change the name or the business model later or not. Now, could I collaborate or could you collaborate? Well, the answer, in my opinion, is yes, you could collaborate with like minds. You could share resources, that is both in cash and kind. You could brainstorm together. You could leverage the profit sharing formula app to share profits ethically, efficiently, and fairly. You could leverage each other. Now let's talk about digital footprints. As you probably know, we're in a digital world. This could add value to what you do. You could leverage websites. You could also leverage blogs or blogs. You could leverage a podcast. You could leverage social media. You could leverage ebooks. You could leverage membership sites, etc. This could help your marketing efforts and could act as platforms for you to share your value proposition. Now let's talk a bit about the marketing plan. You could do the marketing yourself, or you could outsource it to freelance professionals. Potential marketing platforms are social media, podcast, Google, Bing, WhatsApp, Telegram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, influencers, TikTok, etc. Don't forget that marketing is the soul of every business. No matter how good your product or service is, if no one knows about it, it's as good as dead. You need to have a regular marketing budget and to have the mindset that marketing never stops. You shall continually reinvest in marketing and hopefully continually optimizing your monetization. Now, some marketing professionals you might consider. You might consider affiliate marketers, social media marketers, influencers, digital marketers, TV marketers, radio marketers, podcast marketers, WhatsApp marketers, social search engine optimization marketers, content marketers, email marketers, etc. Now let's talk about search engine optimization and keyword research. As part of your marketing plan, it's good practice to optimize searches on the internet. You need to find out related searches which are being made on the internet and then position similar keywords on your digital platforms so that you could easily be located and so that you could explode your monetization potential. Now let's talk a bit about niche, demographics, and client avatar. You need to choose your niche or niches. You need to decide on your demographics of choice. The above shall help you direct your content to your choice, to your client avatar, and to have more focused and suitable client content. As the entrepreneurial journey continues, you could market and remarket products and services to them. The format of your content could be in audio, video, text, etc. Now at Jack Lukman Limited, our mission is to empower and inspire generations by leveraging the internet. Let's talk a bit about the curriculum and signposts. Create relevant curriculum for your chosen demographics. These could include housing, entrepreneurship, income streams, tax, benefits, especially for those in the UK and those in the West, relevant signposts, relationships, spirituality, mindset, information technology, culinary skills and signposts, platforms such as udemy.com, where they can get to learn through digital means, money saving tips, health and well-being, income and work streams, relevant signposts to useful courses and content, training and development options, content creation skills, collaboration skills, benefits, especially for those in UK, funding opportunities, skills audit, passion audit, relationships, mindfulness, networking skills, preparing for job interviews and relevant signposts, other useful signposts, basic research and development skills, or you could find this on YouTube, etc. Becoming the best version of yourself, mentoring and coaching opportunities, resource management, time management, budgeting skills, investing skills. Yeah, I already mentioned udemy.com. Business grants, basic research skills, job hunting skills, signposts for education. This could be formal or informal, social signposts, digital signposts, sports and leisure signposts, religious signposts, excuse me, signposts on how to do affiliate marketing, becoming organized, optimizing social media, marital tips, tips on bringing up children, managing bereavement, managing ill health, health lifestyles, etc. You could either curate the content, collaborate with others, or signpost accordingly, or maybe do a combination of all the above. Now let's talk a bit about disclaimers and indemnifications. You need to protect yourself legally. Include disclaimers and indemnifications as necessary. Hopefully, if there's a call for litigation, you shall be fully or partially protected. You could do this yourself or get relevant professionals to do so. You also need to effectively manage expectations between all concerned parties. In addition to that, we at Jack Lukman Limited also indemnify ourselves accordingly. This content is merely an idea. It doesn't guarantee any income or wealth. It takes more than an idea to do so. You need to perfect the idea. You need to dot all I's and cross all T's. You need to carry out due diligence and hopefully monetize and maybe become rich and wealthy. Now let's talk about your target audience. These shall be those who missed out of formal or informal education at some point or the other, and those hoping to rebuild their lives after life-changing experiences. These could be youths, adults, or relevant others. These could be in individual countries of choice or maybe globally. Now let's talk a bit about content creation implementation. You could create the content yourself, or you could collaborate with others, or you could outsource it. Remember to claim the intellectual rights from the onset and to proactively protect the content. Ensure that you use easily understandable vocabulary and avoid unnecessary jargon. It's probably good practice to have the content in concise, easy to understand modules. Now let's talk about language. This could be in English or other languages of your target demographics. You could also create content in multiple languages if there's a demand for such, and if there's a compelling business case for such. You could actually outsource translations as necessary. Now let's talk about outsourcing. Sometimes the workload might be overwhelming, or you may not have all the relevant skill sets. In such instances, it may make sense for you to outsource some or all of the work. You may then supervise or project manage. You will require money to pay the freelancer and the freelance platform. In order to effectively outsource, you need to meticulously spell out your requirements and hire the right freelancer. Some tips are to check out their reviews, to ensure that they are 4.5 to 5-star ratings, to ensure that you could collaborate effectively, to ensure that you could afford their service plus the freelance platform costs, to ensure that your expectations are fully managed, to agree on deliverables and milestones, to check the platform's terms and conditions, to arrange an audio or video interview for shortlisted freelancers as necessary, to agree on payment milestones, to give a honest review at the end of the process. Some of the freelance platforms which you may consider are peopleperhour.com, fiverr.com, that's Fiverr with double R, freelancer.com, upworks.com, etc. Now let's talk about the value proposition. The main product that you shall be offering is a membership site. It shall contain It shall contain content in audio, video, text, or a combination. Users shall pay to access the content. Payments could be monthly, quarterly, annually, etc. There are opportunities for them to communicate with you. You could additionally include a social media platform such as Facebook for them to intermingle. There are different membership sites providers such as Member Vault, Thinkific, Kajabi, Podia, etc. The one I use is Member Vault. If you require support in setting up a similar platform, please contact me at info@jacklukmanlimited.com. My member Vault website is called jacksempowerment.com. Could there be a sales funnel? Indeed, there could be a sales funnel. You could have a lead magnet. This could be a free course, a free course on your membership site, or could be a free ebook. It could be a free 15-minute consultation. It could be a social media video, etc. The purpose of the lead magnet is to capture contact details of potential clients. You could offer different products and services along the value chain. These could be of equal, higher, or lower value than the main value proposition. For example, in addition to your different products and services, you could do affiliate marketing of other related products and services as part of your marketing plan. You could also signpost clients to products and services even if you don't make money on some of these. I guess that this is thinking outside the box. Your sales funnel could include one-to-one tuition or mentoring, one-to-many tuition or mentoring, other content, similar signposts to affiliate products and services, digital courses, etc. Now, will payments be one-off or recurring? For membership sites, payments are usually recurring, although you can have some of your courses as one-off payments as well, but this will probably come at a premium rate. Users could pay monthly, quarterly, annually, etc. until they no longer require the product or service, or until their products or until their pockets run dry. And then new sets of clients could sign up. As long as great and useful value is offered, you shall continue to remain in business. Now let's talk about funding options for the business. This could include investors, crowdfunding, collaborators, sponsors, loans, family and friends, savings, etc. Let's talk a bit about sponsorships. Sponsorships could be got for the project as well as for the potential clients. For the potential clients, the sponsors could pay the initial amount or for part of the cost. This could be part of corporate social responsibility, which is also known as CSR. Government could also sponsor users. After all, this could add value to the users and to society. It could help reduce crime and reoffending. It could indirectly add tax earnings in the long term from different parties, which may include yourself as the entrepreneur, from the clients who are the users, etc. In fact, you could also have tax from the sponsors and other people. Now, some advantages to the sponsors are advertising potentials and maybe affiliate marketing potentials. You may decide to have one or more sponsors. Now let's talk about income streams. These could include membership site or sites, blog or blogs, paperbacks, ebooks, PLR, that's private label rights, one-to-one mentoring, one-to-many mentoring, podcast, social media monetization, affiliate marketing, adverts, sponsors, product sales, public speaking opportunities, sales funnel, etc. Now let's talk about prioritization. You need to prioritize the quickest and most profitable income streams. You need to create a business plan. You need to articulate the resources required. You need to seek support and also train as necessary. You need to carry out due diligence. You need to think about the return on investment. You need to think about the return on ad spend. That's if you decide to advertise. You need to reinvest as necessary. You need to scale the business. You need to involve collaborators as necessary. You need to leverage different platforms. You need to keep an eye on the best performing activities and then increase resources to such, as well as reduce resources to less or non-performing activities. Now let's talk a bit about costing and pricing considerations. This could include website hosting, website domain names, time, effort, skills, human resources, marketing, profit, social media management, tax, administration, fundraising, insurance, IT, which is information technology, etc. Now let's talk a bit about research and development. To stand a better chance of success, you need to do your research. Consider market research, competitor research, product research, client avatar research, etc. Now let's talk a bit about complementary products and services. In addition to the membership site, You could have social media platforms. You could have blogs, podcasts, paperbacks. You could offer mentoring and coaching. You could do public speaking. You could collaborate with third parties, etc. Now let's talk about budgetary considerations. Please see the section under costing and pricing. You could also need to include a factor of safety for unplanned costs as well as to mitigate any risks. So for example, after you've done your budget, you might want to consider multiplying maybe your annual budget by 1.5 or by times 2, and that way you can give allowance for unplanned expenses. Now, will there be certifications for students? In my opinion, the certification is not as important as the value received and implemented. If users, however, require a certificate, this could be offered as an extra at additional cost. This could be different. There could be different levels of certification. These could be certificates of attendance or completion, and possibly certificates of proficiency. The certificates could be automatically generated and printed. There shall be examinations as necessary. Checks and balances need to be put in place to avoid fraud and malpractice. Certification shall be done at additional cost. If you wish to push entrepreneurial limits, the certificates may require updating after, for example, 2 years or 3 years or something like that, at additional cost to the user. Please be mindful of legal and ethical implications of this. What problem are you solving? You are basically empowering and inspiring demographics of those who wish to have another chance at optimizing their potential. These could be those who are punished by the law and missed out on education. It could be educational dropouts. It could be those who wish to retrain. It could be those who missed out on educational opportunities due to bereavement or other life-changing situations. For example, war, etc. Or maybe earthquakes or things like that. It could be those who couldn't get an education due to poverty. It could be those who missed out on education due to wrong choices, etc. This is about empowering and inspiring those demographics in cost-effective ways such that they could be of great benefit to themselves and greater benefit to society. Now, here are some small thoughts on legalities that you may want to consider. You need to consider intellectual rights, non-disclosure agreements, contracts and agreements, general data protection regulation, which is called GDPR, especially in Europe, litigation, insurance, etc. Now let's talk about platforms. Here are suggestions of platforms for your products and services. You could consider blogs, membership sites, social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Udemy, TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. You could also consider podcasts, apps, paperbacks, ebooks, etc. Now let's talk about risk management considerations. You need to think ahead of potential risks and mitigate them. For example, there could be conflict within and outside the business. There could be intellectual right issues. Clients may feel shortchanged. Expectations may not be fully met within or outside the business. There may be cancellation and refund issues, etc. The good thing about being aware of potential risks is that they could be effectively mitigated. It's important to carry out due diligence, spending some time to perfect your value proposition, and saving a lot of time or a lot more time later on. Let's talk a bit about expectation management. With business, as in most things in life, there are no guarantees. You need to carry out due diligence, cross every T and dot every I. You need to consult as necessary with relevant others. You need to pray for success as well as hope for success. And then you need to have a positive mindset, a mindset which is a can-do mindset, and a mindset which will help you to achieve your aims. By having a negative mindset, that is you failing even before you start. And of course, you have to have self-belief that what you are doing is something that will be successful. Even though this is probably a very good business idea and business model, there are no guarantees of a smooth sail. It's for us as humans to do our best and leave the rest which may be out of our control. Let's talk a bit about profit sharing formula. Mention has been made of collaborations, collaborators, and investors earlier on. But how could you effectively manage the process? How could you effectively, fairly, and ethically share profits and loss? How can you be accountable and transparent? How could you build trust among stakeholders? At Jack Lugman Limited, we are working on a profit sharing formula app. This shall hopefully tick most or all of the highlighted challenges. You could learn more about the profit sharing formula app on our different platforms. You could check on amazon.co.uk. You could check on YouTube. You could check on jacksempowerment.com. You could check on curatedbusinessideas.com, etc. Now let's talk a bit about business plan. There is a great need for a business plan. This shall help you navigate the business process. It shall highlight difficulties and bring to your attention things which you may not have considered. It shall give clarity to the business and add great value to your value proposition. It's good practice to update your business plan regularly. There's a lot of content on Google and YouTube on how to do a business plan. Alternatively, you could seek professional help. This could, however, prove to be expensive. Another alternative is to get a stakeholder in the business to complement your skill shortage, or probably use a freelancer to do the business plan. Must all the content be mine? Well, not really. Some of the content could be yours, some might be of other stakeholders or collaborators. You could signpost clients to useful content. For example, you could uh, share links to blogs and YouTube videos. As long as the client is getting value, all parties remain happy. And in addition to this, you could get a freelancer to write the content for you or to create the membership site for you. Is there a need for feedback mechanisms? In my opinion, I think yes, there is. Let's explore some of them. You could have questionnaires, you could have feedback tick sheets, you could have feedback with email or text, you could have feedback on social media via links, shares, subscribes and comments, etc. Some feedback could be positive, negative, or constructive. If handled properly, feedback helps improve the quality of your value proposition. If handled improperly, you could ignore it or become continuously defensive. In such a case, you may not focus effectively on what you do, but rather than moving forward, you spend your time being reactive. There's a small proverb which I learned somewhere along the line. If you spend all your life looking back at dogs which are barking, you may never move forward. So it's important. Feedback is very important, but you need to be wise in the way you use feedback. And you need to use it constructively and to leverage it positively. Now let's talk about skills required for the business. Some of them include communication skills, entrepreneurial skills, content creation skills, marketing skills, people management skills, interpersonal skills, customer services skills, IT skills, outsourcing skills, project management skills, troubleshooting skills, etc. Could the business be automated? In my opinion, yes. Once the initial work is done, most of the business could be run on autopilot. You may only require maintenance and marketing, and maybe a bit of customer service. The maintenance could require updates as necessary. The marketing could help create continuous stream of clients. How much is required to start the business? A conservative estimate of about £500 or less could do justice to starting the business. Some of the key milestones are creating a membership site, creating a business plan, doing your business registration, or creating social media platforms, or creating the content, marketing, human resource, involving relevant human resources, creating systems and structures, etc. I don't have enough money to start the business. Well, this is talking about funding. There are many factors that sustain businesses. Money is just one of them. There are other factors such as skills, time, management, marketing, strategizing, etc. You could contribute what you have, either in cash or in kind. You could collaborate with similar minds. You could find investors. You could crowdfund. You could leverage the profit sharing formula app to fairly, ethically, and efficiently share profit and loss. In a nutshell, your lack of money shouldn't be an impediment for starting the business. Also, be mindful of capital and running costs. How soon could the business be up and running? With the right resources, the business could be up and running within a month or two. Income could start trickling in within that period. You could hopefully break even within 6 months to 1 year. How do I go about starting the business? Luckily, most of the thinking is already done for you. You now need to perfect the business idea. You need to create a team. To reduce costs, you may involve collaborators and leverage the profit sharing formula app. You might also leverage Jack Luckman to give greater insight and to collaborate. Jack Luckman could help with building the membership site, social media platforms, marketing, strategizing, etc. Once strong foundations are built, the maintenance shall be easy. Do I need to be an expert? Well, not really. If you have a good team, you could jointly accomplish the tasks. You could leverage each other and share profits accordingly. You, however, need to make a contribution of some sort, either in cash or in kind. Could passive residual income be earned from this business? Well, firstly, we need to clarify that passive income doesn't mean 100% passivity. I hope there's a word like that. You still need to put in effort from time to time. However, the effort shall be comparatively smaller. The answer to the question is yes, there is great potential to earn passive residual income. At some point, you may need to update your content. At other times, you may need to do marketing. In some cases, you may need to do customer service. but generally speaking, not as much effort shall be required after the initial chunk of work is executed. Now let's talk about the unique selling proposition. Is there anything unique about this value proposition? The answer, in my opinion, is yes. Even though there may be bits and pieces of unrelated content in the marketplace, this proposition is unique for the chosen demographic. The content is also specific and in a possibly forgotten niche. The product is unique in the presented form. You could enjoy a monopoly for a while, pending the time copycats come on board. Resources required for the business. These include skills, human resources, money, digital gadgets, digital platforms, marketing, strategy, positive mindset, internet, connection, etc. Requirements for the client. Well, the clients need basic IT skills, communication skills, positive mindset, willingness to learn and act, commitment to learning, payment for the resources, or maybe finding sponsorship for the course, etc. Should the product be local or global? Should the product be for local or global use? This is a judgment call for you. You need to make various considerations. For example, profitability, language, the niche, the relevance, resources required, competition, relevance, affordability, culture, etc. Now let's talk a bit about process and project management. You need to articulate a plan on how you'd transform the idea into a product. You need to have the relevant resources. You need to brainstorm and strategize. You need to have the right personnel to execute. You may get some things wrong. You need to correct them. There'll be bottlenecks along the way. You need to navigate this. You need to plan for the immediate and long terms. You need to have plans A, B, and C, etc. in case either of them fails. You need the project is apparently straightforward. It could quite easily be executed and accomplished. You also need to bear in mind running costs such as website hosting, domain name, administrative costs, etc., and other business costs. To save on costs, you may consider using freelancers. Do I require an office for this business? In my opinion, probably not. You could leverage the internet and your digital devices. You could do your collaborations online. As the business grows, you could consider having an office. Having an office and a face to the business could, however, add credibility to your value proposition. Benefits and opportunities. added societal value, individual empowerment and inspiration, wealth creation, job creation, affordable mentoring, crime reduction, taxable income from users, from the business, etc., informal education, skills enhancement, flexible education, user-friendly education, affordable education, etc. Threats and weaknesses. The business affects the status quo. There could be technical issues. There could be issues of affordability by the target audience. There could be non-availability of electricity. There could be non-availability of telecommunications network. There could be issues of affordability of digital device by the potential client. There could be commitment issues by the client. There could be payment gateway issues, etc. Could the products and services become evergreen? Well, that's a possibility, depending on the relevance of your content as well as your audience. Like I mentioned earlier, you need to carry out maintenance work as necessary. Some of your content may be relevant in years to come, while some may become obsolete. It's for you to manage your content so that the tides of time still find them relevant. However, there have been some evergreen subjects which time might not have overtaken. Things like business, excuse me, things like business, arithmetic, language, spirituality, entrepreneurship, etc. You need to position yourself accordingly. The good news, however, is that the digital content you provide is very flexible and dynamic. Hence, you could modify it to suit the times. To answer the question, most of your content could be evergreen and beneficial to generations to come. But there are many courses in the marketplace. In my opinion, there's a lot of disjointed content in the marketplace. For our content avatar, however, other content shall be niche specific. It shall be everything and more under one roof. Those looking for us shall easily find us because we are specialists and not generalists. Another point to note is that it doesn't matter if there are many individual courses in the marketplace. As long as we've carried out our due diligence and there's a space in the marketplace for us, then we are in business. We could then focus on our clients and work on making them lifetime clients who could introduce other clients. Now let's talk about the monetization plan. Some thoughts for monetization are effective marketing, sales funnel, reinvestment, great value proposition, relevant content, multiple products and services, affiliate marketing, affordability, different payment plans, for example, monthly payments, quarterly payments, annual payments, etc. Different payment gateways, for example, PayPal, Stripe, Payoneer, Flutterwave, etc. Multiple language options, user-friendly products and services, effectively leveraging your users for remarketing and multiple purchases. They could also spread the word to their network and purchase your other products and services. You shall also make your value proposition very attractive. You could also leverage email marketing. After you've captured the contact details of your clients and other relevant people, you can actually market and remarketing by leveraging email marketing. Now let's talk a bit about value. After listening or consuming this content, did you get value? Were your thoughts stimulated? Did you think about different dimensions to the business? Will you consider pursuing the business? Will you consider pursuing a different business? Will you consider reading and listening to other topics in our series? That's Jack's Curated Business Ideas. Will you like to share your thoughts? Will you consider collaborating with Jack Lukman? Will you consider being mentored by Jack Lukman? Whatever be the case, ire capiti. Please consider visiting our content. We have websites, social media platforms, paperbacks, ebooks, etc. Visit jacklukmanlimited.com to get signposted accordingly. There are mentoring and collaboration opportunities at Jack Lukman Limited. Please browse through our various content. If you resonate with our value offerings and wish to collaborate, please contact us via business collaborations with Jack Lukman or via Jack's Mentoring 101, or email us at info@jacklukmanlimited.com. We could collaborate on our curated business ideas. We could also collaborate on content creation. We also offer mentoring and coaching, where we could share knowledge and experiences on what we do. This is Jack Lukman signing off. Ire capiti.